I want to react to one video that I just randomly found. It's called Every Feeling You Can't Name. Let's learn something new.
Limerence. Everyone thinks they've been in love before. The full body, can't sleep, can't eat, checking their Instagram at 2 a.m. kind of love. Congratulations. Some of that wasn't love. It was limerence. And limerence is not romance. It's a hostage situation you volunteered for. Limerence is when your whole mood gets wired to one person's attention. They reply, "You float." They don't. You spend 3 hours writing out what you must have done wrong. You reread their last message 12 times, looking for a hidden meaning that isn't there. It feels like the deepest connection you've ever felt. It's not.
So basically, it means like you're too emotional about someone and you feel like you're too connected.
Psychologists place it closer to addiction than affection. Your brain isn't in love, it's in withdrawal, looking for a fix. Real love is calm. Limerence is never calm. Here's the practical tell.
Have I ever had limerence? Not recently. When I was a teenager, maybe.
If one unanswered text ruins your entire afternoon, that's not love yet. That's your nervous system treating one person like a drug. Keelig. There's a moment you've probably felt, even if you didn't have a name for it.
I like these animations.
Like stands a little too close. They say your name, their hand brushes yours, and your chest does something weird. That feeling has a name. Filipino gave us the word. Kilig. Kilig is the specific rush of sudden romantic excitement. Goosebumps down the arms, a flutter in the chest, that nervous, giggly feeling that makes grown adults act like 12-year-olds for about 4 seconds.
Wow, I didn't know this word exists.
Biologically, it's a dopamine and adrenaline spike fired off by unexpected romantic contact. Your brain sees promise. Your body reacts like it just won something. Here's the catch. Keelig is also the exact feeling pickup artists, love bombers, and manipulators are trained to trigger on purpose. A well-placed touch, a long pause of eye contact, a sudden compliment. Once your chest flutters, your judgment drops.
Do women have this feeling? Probably yes. Because the animation is like the guy is feeling it.
The practical rule is simple. If someone is making your chest flutter in week 1, slow down. That feeling tells you nothing about whether they're good for you. Ixtsuarpak. You're waiting for someone to show up,
Wait, what? Ixtsuarpak.
and you cannot stop walking to the window. Check the driveway, check your phone, check the driveway again, even though it's been 90 seconds and they're obviously not there yet. The Inuit have a word for this. Ixtsuarpak. It means the restless anticipation that makes you keep going outside to see if someone's arrived.
I feel like I've had this feeling when I was a kid waiting for my mom.
A quirk, but Ixtsuarpak is your brain failing a patience test in real time. You know checking won't make them come any faster. You check anyway. Expectation breaks time. 5 minutes feels like 20. Your brain starts inventing little actions to burn the anxiety off. Open the fridge, look out the window, refresh the app. It's the same wiring that makes you reload your inbox every 30 seconds or check a dating match's last seen time. Ixtsuarpak isn't about the person coming, it's a signal your brain can't sit still in an unresolved moment.
I have that feeling when I'm checking the fridge. Yeah.
Once you notice you're doing it, the fix is to sit back down. Giggle. Some feelings are so specific, English doesn't even try to name them.
Giggle. I like this name because I like giggling.
This is one. Gigyo, Filipino again. It's the violent, overwhelming urge to squeeze, pinch, or bite something so cute you cannot physically handle it. A baby's cheeks, a tiny puppy, your partner's face at the wrong moment. You're not actually violent. Scientists call it cute aggression, and it's real.
Interesting.
A Yale study scanned people's brains while showing them photos of adorable babies and animals. The brain fired up both the reward system and the aggression system at the same time. The theory is that your brain gets overloaded by pure joy and needs to release some of the pressure. A tiny burst of fake aggression balances you out. Otherwise, you'd short circuit every time you saw a kitten. So the next time you whisper, "I could just eat you up" at a baby and feel weird about it, relax.
I've heard about
That
it.
urge is the reason you can hold a newborn for 10 minutes without losing your mind.
Mostly women do that, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
L'appel de vide. You're on a tall balcony, or a cliff edge, or standing at the subway platform as the train comes in. everything is fine. And then a voice in your head goes, jump. It scares people. They think it means they're suicidal. They're usually not. The French call it l'appel du vide.
Wait, isn't it the intrusive thought? I feel like in English it's called intrusive thought, right?
The call of the void. It's the sudden intrusive urge to do something dangerous without actually wanting to. Swerve the car, leap off the balcony, touch the hot stove. Psychologists have a calmer name for it, the high place phenomenon, and the research flips the meaning completely.
If you touch the stove, then you go to a doctor and say, "Doctor, I had lapel de vide." I don't think I don't think they will understand this.
Studies on hundreds of students found people who report this urge are more likely to be strongly attached to life, not less. Your brain is running a safety check. It flashes the worst case scenario so you step back from the edge. So if this happens to you, stop panicking about it. It's not a warning about yourself. It's your brain doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Tortious panic. Ever sat up at 3 a.m. and realized everyone your age already owns a house, got married, had kids, or at least figured out a career?
Or Schluss panic. Okay, let's learn what that is.
And you're still here wondering what you're actually doing? That's tortious panic. Literally, gate shut panic. German, of course, it's the dread that your life window is closing and you're running out of time to do the things you're supposed to. It hits hardest around 28, again at 35, again at 40. It's fueled by two things: social comparison and the quiet math your brain runs every time a wedding invite or a baby announcement shows up from someone you used to copy homework off. Here's the messed up part. Tortious panic makes people rush. They marry the wrong person. They buy a house they can't afford. They have kids before they want them, just to beat a deadline that was never real.
Wait, isn't it like FOMO? Fear of missing out, but you're acting, you have this fear and you're like, okay, I need to do something? Is that it?
Fernweh. Everyone knows what homesickness feels like. You miss your bed, your routine, your people. You want to go home. Fernweh is the opposite, and somehow worse. Fernweh is a German word for the aching need to be somewhere far away, somewhere you've probably never been. You're sitting at your kitchen table, staring at the kettle, and suddenly you want to be on a cliff in Patagonia.
Oh, I've had this, guys. When I was in Russia, especially winter in Russia, it's gray and cold. And then I wish I was in Bolivia or something, or Machu Picchu, whatever, just something somewhere far away.
A narrow street in Tokyo. A village in Greece you saw once on an Instagram reel. It's not wanderlust. Wanderlust is fun. Fernweh is sad. It's homesickness for a place that isn't yours. Grief for a life you haven't lived yet. Psychologists link it to the feeling that your real self exists somewhere you haven't reached, which is why travel rarely fixes it. You fly to Thailand, and 3 weeks in, your brain starts aching for somewhere else. Here's the practical read. If Fernweh follows you everywhere, the problem isn't your location, it's that you've outgrown your current life and haven't admitted it yet.
No, in my case, traveling helped me. Look at these names. Hiraeth, saudade. Saudade is actually it's a word in Portuguese. I'm living in Brazil right now. Saudade is like missing. Like I miss someone. Sonder. Okay, let's learn more.
Hirieth is one of them. Welsh, nearly untranslatable. The closest English version is a deep longing for a home you can't return to, or a home that maybe never existed. It's not homesickness. Homesickness can be cured by going home. Hirieth can't because the home isn't there anymore. Your childhood house sold
Ah.
15 years ago. The people who made it home are older now, or gone. The version of you that lived there doesn't exist anymore either, or worse. Maybe the home you're aching for never existed at all. You're grieving a version of your life you only ever imagined.
I feel like I've had this before. I've had this feeling. When I was like 5 years old, we lived in a area, and it was like just a house. And then after a lot of years, this district developed so much. There are very tall buildings right now, almost like skyscrapers, and it doesn't feel the same. And I cannot go there and feel the same because the area has changed already. The place that I'm thinking right now is just in my mind. It doesn't exist anymore.
Hirieth hits at random. A smell in a store, a specific song, a photo someone posts from 2004. You think you're being nostalgia. You're not. Nostalgia is warm. Hirieth is heavy. Practical note. Don't try to fix it. It's not a problem to solve. It's something to recognize so you stop mistaking it for depression every time it shows up. Saudade. Saudade is the melancholy of missing someone or something that may never come back. An ex. A dead grandparent, a friend you lost contact with, a version of yourself you used to be. What makes saudade different from regular grief is that it contains love and loss at the same time. You're not just sad they're gone. You're enjoying the memory while you're aching for it. It feels almost good. That's what makes it worse. Psychologists call this a bittersweet emotion. Your brain runs the reward system and the pain system at once. The joy of what you had, the hole where it used to be. Here's the tell. If you think about someone years later and you still smile before you hurt, that's saudade. Grief fades. Saudade doesn't. Sonder. You're stuck in traffic, you look at the car next to you, there's someone in the driver's seat, and for half a second you realize that person has parents, a childhood, secrets, enemies, a weird hobby, a song that makes them cry, an entire life as vivid as your own. Then the light turns green and you forget about them forever.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Like, you go to a supermarket and, or I don't know, you're stuck in the elevator, and then you just never see them anymore. It's a strange thing. I want to know how it's called. Sonder. Yeah, I've had this feeling.
That half second has a name, Sonder. It was coined by a writer named John Koenig in the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. The word caught on fast because everyone recognized the feeling the moment they had a label for it. Sonder is the realization that every random stranger you pass is the main character of their own story. You are an extra in theirs. The cashier, the guy walking his dog, the woman yelling into her phone at the airport. All of them have as much going on inside as you do. It's humbling and a little unsettling because if everyone matters that much, you matter a little less than your brain wants to believe. Tosca. Russian gave us a word for this.
Tusk. Okay, guys, as a Russian, it's called toska. Toska is basically when you're sad. Actually, it's similar to, what was it? Hiraeth. It's when you're sad about something that happened and you're remembering it. Almost like missing. Like, I miss my cat when I'm traveling. Just an example. But it's just a little bit deeper.
Specific kind of sadness that has no reason to be there. Tosca. Vladimir Nabokov described it as a great spiritual anguish, often without any specific cause, a dull ache with no source, a longing with nothing to long for. It's not sadness about something. It's sadness as background weather. You wake up and everything feels muted. Food tastes less, jokes land less. Your friends seem to be having an easier time at life than you are.
Wait, but there should be a reason, because for now the way they're explaining it, like, there's no reason, but there should be a reason why you're feeling this. A place that you're missing or someone you're missing.
And you can't point to a reason. Western psychology calls it dysthymia, low-grade chronic sadness. Russians call it a Tuesday. The worst part of Tosca is that it's hard to fight. You can't fix a problem you can't name. And explaining it to people who don't feel it makes you sound ungrateful, because nothing is technically wrong. Here's the practical line. If Tosca lasts more than 2 weeks and starts killing your appetite or sleep, it's depression, and you need to talk to someone.
Yeah, for sure.
Under 2 weeks, it's just weather. Wait it out. Mammy lop in the top eye. There's a word from a nearly extinct language in Tierra del Fuego that the Guinness Book of Records once called the most succinct word on earth, Mami lapinatapai.
Mami lapinatapai.
A silent look between two people who both want something to happen, but neither is willing to be the first to act. You know this look. You've been in this look, the moment across a crowded bar when you both glance up at the same time, the long pause at the end of a date when you both know something is about to change. Two friends sitting in a car, both knowing what needs to be said, neither saying it. What makes Mami Lapinatapai specific is the shared knowledge you both know. You both know, the other one knows. Neither moves. It's hope and cowardice in the same expression. And here's the practical part. Most of your biggest regrets aren't from what you did. They're from that exact second you both felt it and you waited for them to speak first.
Yeah, I've had these situations before.
Yugen. Japanese has a word for a feeling English refuses to sit still long enough to describe. Yugen. It's the quiet, deep awe at the universe that's too big for words, watching the sun drop behind mountains, staring into the ocean at night, looking up at the stars and suddenly sensing that everything is way bigger than you are. Yugen isn't amazement. Amazement is loud. Yugen is quiet. It's the moment you realize you're tiny, the universe is enormous, and somehow that thought doesn't scare you. It almost makes you feel better.
It's a good feeling, right? Nothing bad about it.
Specifically, no theater and Zen philosophy. The deepest truths aren't ones you can explain. They're the ones you feel when language runs out. Most people only get Yugen a handful of times in a lifetime. The reason it's rare isn't that the universe got smaller. It's that your phone takes up the exact attention Yugen needs. Put it down outside at night for 10 minutes, and the feeling usually shows up on its own. Wabi-sabi, you've been trained your whole life to want perfection. Symmetry, smooth skin, a clean house, a life that looks right in photos. Wabi-sabi says, throw that out. It's a Japanese aesthetic philosophy that says the opposite of basically everything advertising has told you. Beauty isn't in what's polished. Beauty is in what's imperfect. A cracked ceramic bowl, a wooden table worn smooth by 30 years of hands. Your grandmother's face, wabi sabi, has 3 pillars. Nothing lasts, nothing is finished. Nothing is perfect. And that is exactly what makes things beautiful, because it's real. There's an entire Japanese practice called kintsugi, where broken pottery is repaired with gold. Instead of hiding the cracks, they highlight them. The bowl is worth more broken and mended than it ever was whole. That's the practical takeaway. Your scars, your old furniture, the lines on your face, the friends you drifted from and found again, those aren't flaws on an unbroken life. They're the life, ya a Bernie.
Yeah, last one. Ya Bernie. Let's see what that is.
This is the heaviest one and maybe the most beautiful. Ya a Bernie, Arabic. It translates, literally, as you bury me. It's something you say to someone you love so deeply you would rather die first than live without them. Read that again. You would rather die first than live without them. It's not a threat. It's not dramatic.
It's not dramatic. Oh. But okay.
Said between lovers, said between parents and children, said calmly, the way other people say, I love you. And it's devastating. What Ya a Bernie is really
Okay, makes sense.
saying is this: I do not want to be the one left behind. I'd rather carry the pain of leaving than the pain of losing you. English doesn't have a word for that, probably because we're too scared of the idea. Saying it out loud makes death real and attaches it to the person you love most, which is exactly the point. Here's the insight. The deepest love isn't the one that ignores the ending. It's the one that already accepted it.
Okay, that was a good video.